God bless you, global Christian friends. God bless the American people and government. We said before that there are those who teach in error that in the afterlife they would be awarded 25 virgins without the knowledge of Matthew 19:4 and Mark 10:6, of being male and female only from the beginning of the creation, but that putting on Christ there is neither male nor female, Galatians 3:28, not knowing that in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given or awarded 25 virgins in marriage, but are as and in the exact and similar nature of the angels of God in heaven, Matthew 22:30, and which is not these perishable heavens, of which many preach to you that you want to enter into also in great error. Then there are those who are in error in teaching the masses that the present planet Earth shall be restored into an eternal paradise through the misplacement of Scripture, as there are others who do not know when a Scripture has been misplaced. Completion of the whole planet Earth has already been determined in both books of the Bible, Old and New. How else would you account for Revelation chapter 21:1? And I saw a new heaven wherein dwelleth righteousness, 2 Peter 3:13, as opposed to those heavens of Job 15:15, and a new earth whereon dwelleth righteousness, as opposed to the earth of Isaiah 24:19-20. For the first heaven, and how do you account for those 25 virgins, and your preaching of rejoicing in heaven, if you have not reached their distinction of the former Genesis 1:1 heaven from the latter Revelation 21:1 heaven, and the first earth, the same planetary distinction. For the first earth is required as that of distinguishing the first heaven, in which people believe to resort to in error were passed away. We'll see those in Isaiah 13:13, Isaiah 34:4, Revelations 20:11, and other scriptures about the passing away of the heavens. You can throw in that Matthew 24:35. And there are more scriptures, we said. Even from the whole world, the Bible speaks of. And it continues in Revelation, and there was no more sea. That's Revelation chapter 21:1. The knowledge of God and from God is not just about heaven and earth, but it is knowledge beyond heaven and earth, and knowledge other than the heaven and the earth, whose kindred nature have not shown to exist to mankind. So there are great worlds of knowledge beyond what you know, that you think that you know about the Bible and about the scriptures. I do want to say this, that on April the 18th, the ocean swell, I'm looking at the ocean right now across a few yards from here, And I see that the ocean has swollen on April the 18th because the skyline of the ocean was raised higher up, which means that the ocean did swell. God said to believe on me means to sanctify me. Believe on me sanctifies me. That's in Scripture as well, too. And being unlimited in your grasp with God, as men are today in their grasp of reverse engineering. Nowhere do we read in the Bible where anyone consulted with Jesus on reverse wonders, reverse miracles, or reverse signs, even though he said, whatsoever ye shall ask, John 14:3, that will I do. We didn't use Jesus the way that we needed to, and basically we don't use him now the way that we ought to. We need to know these kinds of things. Before I begin to move with that word, I want to say this first of all. In the ancient Near East, the word El was the most widespread word for God. The name El was the name of the chief Canaanite god and father of Baal, that god that they knew in the old ancient days, occurring many times in the Old Testament as the name of God. You find it in Isaiah also 7:14. Emmanuel. And even among the angels, Gabriel, which occurs in the Bible 4 times. The first time is in Daniel chapter 8, verse 15 through 7, and chapter 9, verse 30 through 27, showing Daniel the difference between the lamb and the goat, or the vision that he had. And also, Emmanuel meaning God with us, as you know, and Gabriel means strong man of God, as you know. And the other 2 times it is found in the Scriptures is in the New Testament about John the Baptist. That's Luke, chapter 1, 3 through 20, about the birth of John the Baptist. Next time about the birth of Jesus in Luke 1, 26 through 38. The only 4 times that the name Gabriel is found in the Bible. You'll find it in all other scriptures too. Samuel, Gabriel, Michael, and Elijah, Joel, right down the line. We'll continue this next time. God bless you, Global Christian friends.